Good afternoon. Over the past several months, as I've been working with faculty members from various partner universities, the subject of how best to facilitate collaborative learning activities through the learning management system frequently comes up. So depending on the specific instructions and criteria of the activity, different options are available. Perhaps the most common tool I suggest, especially for new users of Canvas, and an extremely easy one to use, is the built-in Canvas collaborations. Recently, one professor of managerial negotiations wanted to facilitate a role-playing simulation where pairs of students assumed specific roles with respective needs and goals. The students were then expected to learn their roles, not sharing their background information with their partner, and employ their newly acquired negotiating skills to manage a successful outcome. So before we begin the tutorial of setting up this collaboration, it is important to note that the exercise we are using, this negotiation exercise, as an example, is limited in its collaborative scope. But these simple steps can help facilitate a wide range of potential activities, all enhancing collaborative learning. So the first step naturally is logging into your Canvas account and selecting the appropriate course. I'm just going to use our CAT curriculum course as the shell in which I'll create this collaboration. So by now you should be somewhat familiar with the basic Canvas tools and navigation. So here we have our home page, our modules, announcements, grades, discussions, etc., etc. As you can see here, the first step would be selecting collaborations, as I have done, and then up here you see start a new collaboration. The first option it provides for us is to select whether we're going to use Etherpad or Google Docs. I prefer Google Docs, not least of which is because the ubiquity and the online presence of Google, even if you don't have an account, you're familiar with their product. So I'm going to select Google Docs. We're going to come up with a document name. We'll use sample, negotiation, collaboration. Now we have a space for a description of this collaboration. These might be the instructions to your students. They might be the assignment guidelines, the expectations. Here we'll just say, use your newly acquired negotiation skills to successfully manage a positive outcome for both parties. Alright, the final option it gives us is whether we're going to select individual students or we're going to use groups. And something to note is if you haven't already used the people function in Canvas to create your user groups, you will need to do this before you set up a collaboration using groups. I'm going to go ahead and use our working collaborative group, and I'm going to start collaboration. As you can see here, we have to choose an account. What if you don't already have an account? Well, it's very simple. You can create a new account. You don't have to have a Gmail email address. You can link it to whatever email address, and it'll be one login for all Google products. So we're going to add an account. I'm going to just go ahead and use the one that we have already been using. And I'm going to sign in, and as you can see here, it's created a Google Doc. I'm going to type a few basic words. So here we would be reading the negotiation background rules. Alright, the next part is we share it with these members. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to click share. Now something to note, for the purposes of this assignment, as we wouldn't want our students to edit the background information, we would change the permissions. Owner can comment, can view, pretty much speaks up. Maybe I didn't want Ted or Monica in here, so Monica, I'm going to kick her out here, and then we'd just click Save Changes. It would automatically share. We have the link here that is embeddable in Canvas. And basically that's it. The next step, or the next tutorial video, would show you how to use conferences, or the big blue button in Canvas, to facilitate the actual negotiation aspect. But as that's all the time we have today, This was a basic introduction to collaborations function in Canvas, and should you have any question, there's several training outlines you can refer to, and always you should look back to the Canvas instructor guides, and they have many useful resources at their website. Thank you and have a nice afternoon.